मेडिटेशन टाइम में बात स्किन में करते रहेंगे। सुबह सुबह का समय कुछ कर लेते हैं। मोबाइल में मैं कुछ फालतू के वीडियो गार्डन देखी, मैं तो बस लगा के बैठे थे। मतलब अभी वो सुबह उठाने से इरिटेट होगा, जरूरी है मुझे सुबह सुबह इरिटेट करना? फिर बात
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hi.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I am going to mute everybody for few minutes. Mm-hmm. 嗯。
आप खाना कितना बजे खाएंगे? हम तो इसमें 8 बजे तक लगे रहेंगे। हम तो इसमें अब 8 बजे तक लगे रहेंगे।
एक बार मत
इसमें मेडिटेशन वाला
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ
बीच में आके
ಮತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನ ದೋಸೆ ತೆಗೆದು ನಂಗೆ 2 ದೋಸೆ ಸಾಕು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ
नहीं नहीं ऐसे थोड़ी चलता है। एक टाइम आदमी खाएगा। नो नो हम भी खाएंगे ना, क्या खाएंगे?
Good evening, everybody. I'm so sorry for the delay a bit. People are still joining. I am going to again mute all. So please don't try to unmute yourself. Good evening, everybody. We are going to start this session now. My name is Prachi Agrawal, and I'm from Florida, USA. I welcome you all today on behalf of New Journey Meditation and the Jacksonville Meditator team. I like to extend warm welcome to all the new participants and all the old friends who are joining again with us today. This session is all about self-healing virtual retreat. This will be our main theme, but there would be a lot of subtopics for you to reach this destination in this 7 day. We will be having meditation, wisdom sharing, and which is followed by Q&A session. Today, I was reading something on healing, and I came across this quote by Janice Trackman, which is, everything is within your power and your power is within you. Many times we forget that power in ourselves, power to heal our body. And we need guidance from time to time to remind us about that power. So today we have a global meditation teacher among us who have traveled across the globe to teach meditation. His name is Master Pradeep Vijay. We are very fortunate to be sharing time with him for 7 days. His wisdom sessions are very simple, very soulful, and with lot of practical techniques that you can take home. Now, let me just share a bit about my personal experience. I have personally never met Pradeep ji, but last year, my dad told me that why don't you, I was into meditation and my dad shared his video and said, why don't you hear and do the meditation with him on YouTube? So he shared the YouTube video and he shared that YouTube video with me, and I sat in my room and I did the meditation with him. And that meditation it really touched my heart. And after that, I started searching more about him, more about his YouTube sessions, which I can get to it. And there were quite a few sessions about him. And every time I hear him, his sessions, he himself is so simple that it just, it just touched my heart, the way he answered questions and everything, the way he was sharing the wisdom. It was very high energy every time I hear. So it was our goal, it was my goal initially to have him, just the experience that I had on YouTube channel, just by listening on YouTube channel. It was my goal that if I can share that with you all, maybe you can also get that experience, the same thing that I received from him. So, and I'm very fortunate that he finally agreed to do the session with us. Let me introduce a bit more about him. So Master Pradeep Vijay was born in India in 1982 and migrated to Australia in 2005. He completed his Bachelor of Engineering Information Technology in Chennai and Master of Information System in Melbourne, Australia. In 2008, his quest for truth and eternal happiness led him to practice of intense meditation for 3 years under the guidance of Subhash Patriji, founder of Pyramid Spiritual Society movement. During this period, he found all answers to his question about life, life after death, and his life purpose on earth. Beginning 2011, Pradeep ji started teaching meditation and spiritual science. He has conducted numerous crystals meditation workshops, self-healing retreats, self-realization retreats in more than 30 countries. It is his mission to teach meditation and spiritual science to the seekers of truth all over the world. So today he's here with us. I welcome you, sir. I'm going to pin you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Namaste, everyone. Good morning, good evening.
Welcome, sir. From all of us, from all the Jacksonville friends, from all over the place people have joined, I welcome you. Over to you.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be with all of you. Thank you very much. So friends, this 7 days, starting from today, is going to be a very wonderful journey to understand more about ourselves, to connect with ourselves, to accept ourselves, to heal ourselves, to love ourselves. Every day we begin with meditation. At the end of the day, everything boils down to meditation. The more you meditate, the more you understand yourself, the more you accept yourself, the more you forgive yourself, the more the self-love radiates. What is meditation? Meditation simply means you are with yourself, 100%. Self, you are with your Atma. You empty the mind temporarily. You put aside your mind temporarily. When you put aside your mind temporarily, then in that empty mind space, You are in union with your own self. So the very purpose of meditation, the very goal of meditation is to be in total union with yourself. For that, the mind has to be empty. The more you empty the mind, the more you understand yourself, my dear friends. Now, how to empty the mind? To empty the mind, you don't deal with the mind. To empty the mind, you take the help of your breath, your natural breath. So for the first timers of meditation is very, very simple. It's very easy and it is very scientific. Anybody can do. If you know the proper science, anybody can do. So please take a pen and paper and write down. So for the next 7 days, you are going to write down all the important points we discuss. If you simply listen, you will forget it. But when you write down, you are imprinting that into your memory. And later on, when you refer back, you connect to that wisdom session. You connect to that understanding. So you please write down as bullet points. Anything you feel is important, you please write down. You don't need to write down everything and anything I speak. But it is important you write down that you feel is important for you, you please write down. So the first, put the title meditation. Meditation is equal to no mind. If somebody asks you, what is the purpose of meditation? Why you meditate? Or what is the goal of meditation? Or what is meditation? Your answer is simple, no mind. And somebody can ask, how is it possible? No mind. Yes, it is possible. When you experiment, you will understand it. Meditation can never be understood theoretically, my dear friends. Meditation is something which happens by you on its own. Your effort in meditation, your effort is to be with your natural breath. Your effort is not to empty the mind. The emptying of the mind happens naturally. In meditation, your only effort is to be with your natural breath, to observe your natural breath, or to witness your natural breath, or to follow your natural breath. Whether it is observing the breath, or witnessing the breath, or following your breath, all are the same. There are 3 simple steps in meditation. So first we understood what is meditation. Meditation simply means no mind. And how do you get into the no mind state? You don't deal with mind in the first place. You deal with your breath. Now there are 3 simple steps in meditation. Step number 1, you make your physical body as relaxed as possible. You sit as comfortably as possible. That is step number 1. Clasping the hands, fingers into fingers, and crossing your feet. You can either sit on a floor, or you can sit on a chair, or you can sit on a sofa. You can sit anywhere you want. As long as the feet is crossed. You can even stretch your feet and cross the toes. It's absolutely fine. As long as the fingers are clasped, the feet is crossed, then there is a body bioenergy. The body bioenergy is in a circuit. So the energy is not dissipated. The energy is contained within you. So this lock posture is very important to be in a relaxed space. Physically, your body becomes very relaxed, and also there is no leakage of energy. Because in meditation, we get more and more energy. We receive energy in meditation, cosmic energy. So for that, we have to make sure there is no energy leakage. So that's why this lock posture. So step number 1, sit comfortably in a lock posture, which is clasping the hands and crossing the feet. And when you are sitting, you should sit straight. Your back should be straight, comfortably straight. You don't need to stress your back. You should not stress your back to have perfect straightness. No. You try to be straight as much as possible in a relaxed way. Okay. So your back straight, comfortably, relaxedly straight, clasping the hands and crossing your feet. Step number 1. Step number 2, you close your eyes and witness how the breath touches the tip of your nose, how it goes in, how it comes out. Step number 2, you are a passive witness. You underline the word passive. You are a passive witness. You are not concentrating. You are not actively breathing. You are not manipulating the breath. The breath is happening on its own. The breath is happening on its own, and you are simply witnessing normal, natural, simple, automatic flow of the in-breath and the out-breath. On its own, it is happening. You are just simply witnessing. This is passive observation, where you step back. You step back, you don't do anything. When you don't do anything, the breath is already happening. So you simply passively witness it. So that is step number 2. In the beginning, you may not be able to get into the passive witness immediately, but don't be worried. The more you start observing the natural breath, let your breath be as natural as possible, as simple as possible. The more you start witnessing, the more you start observing, the more naturally it becomes passive. Okay, but your effort is to be a passive witness. Effortless witnessing, that is passive witnessing. So that is step number 2. Step number 3, when you are witnessing your breath, you will notice a lot of thoughts. You will notice a lot of thoughts. It is very natural. People misunderstand that they close the eyes and observe the breath, they get a lot of thoughts. No, my dear friends, you don't get thoughts. The thoughts are already there. For the first time, you become aware of your thoughts. So the third step is, as you are witnessing the breath, you will be closing your eyes and you'll be witnessing the breath. And suddenly you catch hold of yourself that you are thinking something. And that moment when you catch hold of yourself that you are thinking, don't fight with your thoughts. Don't go behind your thoughts. Don't be worried about your thoughts. That moment, immediately come back to your natural breath. You underline the word immediately. The moment you notice yourself, the moment you catch hold of yourself that you are observing the breath, but unconsciously you are thinking. So that moment when you notice any thoughts, immediately come back to the breath. When you come back to your breath immediately, that means you don't give an ounce of a time, an ounce of an energy, or a fraction of a second to your thoughts. So when you don't give energy and time to your thoughts, then the thoughts are cut. So the way to empty the mind is to come back to your breath immediately, again and again and again. So that's why I say, don't be worried about your thoughts. The moment you are worried about your thoughts, you are stuck in your mind. The moment you go behind the thoughts, you are stuck there. So you should have this cool and relaxed attitude before you sit for meditation. So I've given you 3 steps. The step number 1 is how to sit. Sit straight, comfortably straight and relaxed. Step number 2, passive witnessing of your natural breath. Don't focus on any particular point because the breath is in a flow. So you follow the flow. You be a witness. That is step number 2. And step number 3 is you come back to, the moment you notice any thoughts, come back to your breath. Immediately come back to your breath. Again and again, come back to your breath, come back to your breath. That is step number 3. These are the 3 steps in meditation. Now, the preparation for meditation. This is the fundamental science of meditation, is the 3 simple steps. Now we put this heading, the secret of meditation. Many people want to meditate. Many people want to get enlightened, but only few are successful because they don't understand the secret of meditation, the secret of success of meditation. To understand the secret, you have to understand that meditation is not something which you can do. People simply say, I do meditation. And you cannot do meditation. Meditation is something which happens. You can sit for meditation, but you cannot do meditation. Meditation is something which happens. Meditation is something which happens organically, which happens naturally, and you get into a meditative state. So meditation is something you cannot do. But meditation is something which happens. When it happens, when you follow the first step, second step, third step, meditation happens naturally. So for that, the first and the foremost important point is, this is the secret. No expectations. You underline, this is the secret. You should not have any expectations before you sit for meditation. Whether meditation happens or not, you are least bothered. Let it happen in its own way. You are least bothered. Your only effort is to sit comfortably and observe the breath. That's all. The rest is automatic. The moment you have any expectations, where does the expectation come from? The expectations comes from your mind. And the very purpose of meditation is to empty the mind. And the moment you have expectations, you are stuck in the mind and it's not possible to get into meditative state. And every expectation leads to frustrations. So if you have any expectation in this meditation process, you will meditate for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year. After that, you feel fed up. Say, I'm doing meditation for so long, but I'm not having the third eye. I'm not having the astral travel. Not able to see my past life. No, you will get frustrated and you will say, maybe this is not the right technique for me. Maybe some other technique is there. And you will leave this and you will go to some other technique. So that will demotivate you. So you have to understand the secret. The first secret is no expectations whatsoever. No expectations whatsoever, because your expectations comes from your mind. And the very purpose of meditation is to empty the mind. So there should be no expectations. Point number 1. And point number 2, meditation is something which happens. You cannot meditate. Meditation is something which happens on its own. The only thing you can do is to sit for meditation every day, sincerely, seriously. So there comes the secret number 2. Secret number 2 is, there is a statement in Sanskrit, Shraddhavan labate jnanam, which means unless you are sincere and serious, you cannot get what you want. So the second secret is sincerity plus seriousness. Unless you are sincere and unless you are serious, you will not get a meditative state, or you will not experience a meditative state, or you cannot get enlightenment. So if you want enlightenment, if you want peace, if you want happiness, at the end of the day, why do we meditate? Why anybody does want to meditate? So that they are happy in their life, so that they are peaceful in their life, so that they can enjoy their life, so that there is no dukkha in their life and there is only santosha, there is only happiness. So for that, sincerity plus seriousness. What is sincerity? Sincerity means you really, really wanted it from the core of your heart space. Your whole being wants it. Then you call you are a very sincere person. So when you want something from the core of your being, you are sincere towards it. So we should all check ourselves that, am I sincere? I wanted to do meditation. Am I sincere in the first place? Do I really want meditation? If you really want, then it will happen. If you are not sincere, it will never happen. So the first is sincerity. We should be absolutely sincere. And number two, seriousness. Sincerity breeds seriousness. If you are not sincere, you can never be serious. Sincerity breeds seriousness. What is seriousness? Seriousness means regular practice, everyday practice. If you are sincere every single day until you get what you want, then that means you are a serious person. You are serious towards what you want. Sincerity means you really, really want something. And seriousness means regular practice. Practice makes man or woman perfect. Without practice, nothing is possible. Just some people, they are very sincere. Some people, they are really, really sincere. But they are not serious. It doesn't work. Sincerity plus seriousness. It is called Shraddha. This is the second point. The first point is no expectations. The second point is you have to be sincere and serious. That means, come what may, every day you close your eyes and sit and observe the breath. Whether meditation happens or not, doesn't matter. Every day you make an effort. Every day you make an effort to close your eyes and sit and be with your breath. That means you are a sincere and serious person. That means you are a perfect candidate for enlightenment. You are an eligible candidate for enlightenment. And point number three, the secret point number three is you should not open your eyes come what may during the meditation. And you should not remove the finger lock. Okay. If your legs are feeling numb, you can stretch your legs and get back into lock posture. That is okay, but this finger lock should not be removed. Then the energy remains intact. So you should not open your eyes come what may. For example, you want to sit for 1 hour meditation. For that 1 hour, you should never open your eyes, whether meditation happens or not, whether the whole world is collapsing. Nothing should bother you. You should tell yourself, okay, I'm going to meditate for the next 1 hour. For the next 1 hour, I'm not going to open my eyes. Come what may, whether meditation happens or not, whether there is too many thoughts or not, whether there is a lot of body pains, whether there is so much discomfort, come what may, I am not going to open my eyes. That's the only effort you have to make, my dear friends. This is the secret. If you can just understand this, if you can just blindly follow this, that I am not going to open my eyes come what may, then you get into meditative state very naturally. Because the very nature of the mind is the mind wants you to open the eyes. And you are determined not to open the eyes, then the mind will struggle. The mind will make every effort to make sure that you are opening the eyes. But if you don't open the eyes, then finally the mind will give up. The mind will say, this fellow is a very tough nut, so I cannot win over him. I better give up. So the mind will naturally give up. And then you experience the meditativeness. So the third step in the secret of meditation is you don't open your eyes come what may. Underline the word come what may. And don't remove the finger lock. If you do this, then you become unstoppable. Nobody can stop you from becoming enlightened. So this is a simple science of meditation. I've given you 3 steps of meditation and 3 very important secret steps for a successful meditation. These are the 3 steps. These are the science of meditation is 3 steps and the secret is 3. No expectations. And don't open your eyes, come what may, and sincerity and seriousness. Okay. This is the only difference between a successful meditator and a not so successful meditator. Okay. So let us start meditation now. And it is also helpful, some tips. It is helpful that you should make your room as dark as possible. When you're sitting in meditation, make your room as dark as possible. And always drink some water before you sit for meditation. When you're in the meditation room or your meditation chair, you should always keep a bottle of water, a glass of water next to you. Always drink some water before you start meditation, and drink plenty of water after you come out of meditation. Okay. And also it helps if you keep some fragrance in the room, some nice agarbattis or any kind of fragrance, some essential oils, which is very mild, gentle. These are some preparation. And also you should wear loose clothes, loose, comfortable clothes. Don't wear tight clothes. No? You should, the more loose, comfortable clothes you wear, the more relaxed you are. And today is the first day, but starting from tomorrow, it is very important you take a shower, at least a quick shower before the session. Anytime you do meditation, you take a quick shower, your aura is cleansed. So quickly you get into the no thought state. Just a quick shower for the cleansing the aura. And wear new clothes. That also helps. So these are all the tips. You can write, you can underline again the tips, useful tips to make your experience a little more profound. The first is let your room be as dark as possible. And number 2, wear loose, comfortable clothes. And number 3, have some fragrance. If possible, have some fragrance. Number 3, any fragrance of your choice, which is mild. And number 4, take shower, take a quick shower. In this 7 days retreat, you experiment. When you take shower and sit in meditation, and when you don't take shower, sit in meditation, what is the difference? You experiment. But it really helps if you take a quick shower and you sit in meditation immediately. It helps you to go deep into meditation. You get into meditative state. Okay. And always drink a sip of water. Why we should drink some water? Because in meditation, we get a lot of cosmic energy and it flows through all our energy bodies. It flows through the chakra system. And you feel a little dry in your throat when you receive so much energy. So if you drink some water, you make yourself a little more comfortable. And why to drink plenty of water? Before meditation, a sip of water. After meditation, plenty of water. Why plenty of water? The more you drink water, the more it helps you to ground yourself with all the energies you received during meditation. Okay. And it is also helpful to sit in the same place. Every day when you are meditating, you sit in the same place and also same time. When you sit in the same place and the same time every day, then automatically your body has a biomemory. The moment that time comes, your body will tell you, hey, time for meditation, go. Or whenever you are crossing that space, oh, okay, time to meditate. So that helps you. Sitting in the same place, same time, that helps. But it is not necessary, but it helps. And the next step is, listen, when you are meditating, play some gentle music, instrumental music. The music should be as gentle as possible. It should be only instrumental music. No high beats. Play celestial music. Play music which doesn't have the lyrics, just the instruments. So that helps you to calm your mind. Some people ask, oh, why should we listen to music when you are meditating? Music helps. Music has this beautiful flow of the tone and the waves. The music is always, the wave is perfect. So when you listen to the music, your mind becomes calm. So in the beginning of meditation, the music will be in the foreground. You might listen to the music consciously, but the more you are with the breath, the more the music goes into the background. So in the beginning, the music will be in the foreground. The more you start witnessing the breath, the more the music goes into the background. And the music helps to calm your mind. The more your mind is not agitated, the more your mind is calmer, the more it is easier to get back to the breath and more it is easier to empty them. So music helps. So this is another tip. And Another tip is you might go through a lot of body pains during meditation. That is, you have to understand when you're going through a lot of body pains during meditation, you simply understand that you're going through a natural healing process. When you receive more and more cosmic energy, during the time of receiving abundant cosmic energy during meditation, you might feel heaviness in the head, you might feel lightness in the body, you might feel like floating, you might feel like whirling, or you might go through a lot of body pains. Whatever, this is a tip, very, very important tip. You should understand and write down and underline. Whatever happens in meditation, it is for good. Nothing to be worried about. Whatever happens in meditation, it is for good. Don't be concerned about it. As long as you are closing your eyes and as long as you are with your breath, anything and everything that happens is a healing process. This is very, very important to understand. Okay, my dear friends. With this understanding, let us start the meditation. Today we will meditate for 40 minutes. For the next 40 minutes, please don't open your eyes. Sit comfortably. Darken your room. Clasping your hands, fingers into fingers. Let us experiment. If you are a spiritual person, that means you don't believe in anything. That means you want to experiment. Whatever we discuss in these 7 days, I don't want you to believe blindly anything. Just do an experiment. Unless you do experiment, you can never be a spiritual scientist. The more you do experiment, the more your spiritual scientific temper strengthens. Your self-mastery depends on your ability to experiment. Let us experiment. What is the experiment we are going to do for the next 40 minutes? For the next 40 minutes, we are going to sit comfortably and observe our natural breath. This is the experiment we are going to do, and we will see what are the results. What happens when you don't have any expectations, when you sit comfortably and you don't open your eyes and you are with your natural breath, what happens? So that is the experiment we are going to do. So drink some water, drink a sip of water. Sit as comfortably as possible. Relax your shoulders. From the top of your head till the tip of your toes, let your entire physical body be relaxed. You can take the support of the wall, you can lean, you can rest your back, you can take the back support. The point is, the more relaxed you are physically, the more deeper you go into meditation. If your physical body is not relaxed, then you cannot go beyond your physical body and experience the self. So the first and the foremost point is your body has to be totally relaxed, your shoulders relaxed, your facial muscles relaxed, your eyebrows, your neck, your back, totally relaxed. And please don't open your eyes. Forget about everything. No need to worry about anything. No thoughts whatsoever. No worries whatsoever. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Just witness your simple, normal, natural breath, my dear friends. And for the next 40 minutes, please don't open your eyes. Let us enjoy this experiment. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. The breath is already happening. You become a passive witness of your natural breath. There will be a gentle background music. Allow the music to help you to calm your mind so that it's easy to empty the mind. The emptying of the mind happens naturally when you are with your breath, my dear friends. This is the science of meditation. The science of meditation is when you are with your natural breath, the mind naturally becomes empty. The moment you notice any thoughts, don't fight with your thoughts. Don't be concerned about your thoughts. Don't go behind your thoughts. Simply come back to your breath. Again and again, come back to your breath. Come back to your breath.
Slow.
Final 10 seconds. Gently place your hands on your eyes. Please don't open your eyes. Gently place your hands on your eyes without rubbing your hands. Without rubbing your hands, let your fingers touch your eyes for 10 seconds. During meditation, a lot of energy, cosmic energy, gets stored in the fingers. So before you open your eyes, when you place your hands on your eyes for 10 seconds, that energy goes back into our body through our eyes, my dear friends. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Whenever you are ready, you may slowly remove the hands and gently open your eyes and immediately drink water. So friends, we have done 40 minutes meditation. Now I'm going to initiate this retreat process. Please note down. In this 7 days, we are going to make some changes to our diet. To experience the self. This retreat is self-healing. It's all about self. While we are eternal, our Atma is eternal. We are in the body. We are temporarily in the body on the planet Earth. We have to take care of our body. Healing is on many levels. Healing is on the body level, emotional level, mental level, and spiritual. That's why we call it as a holistic healing. Spiritual health is the root. Physical health is the fruit. Spiritually, when you are healthy, it trickles down to mental health, and it further trickles down to emotional health, and then it trickles down to physical health. So it's all interrelated. If you eat 1 meal a day, then you are a yogi. If you eat 2 meals a day, then you are a bogi. Bogi means the one who enjoys life. If you eat 3 meals a day, then eventually you become a rogi, which means you become disease. Your body goes through illness. Food is very, very important. For the physical health, food is very important. What you should eat, how much you should eat, when you should eat. The understanding of the food science is very important for the health. What you should eat. First point. You should eat the food of love. What is food of love? The plant-based food is the food of love. The trees, the plants, they produce fruits. They go through the photosynthesis and they produce food. Not for them to consume, but give it to others. You take an apple tree, a mango tree, or any vegetable plant. The plants, they produce the food, but it will never consume for itself. But then why they produce the food? They produce the food to serve others, to serve the birds, to serve the animals, to serve the humans. So they produce the food with so much love. And when you take that plant-based food, the vibrations are very high. It is love-based vibration. So that is the food of love. It is, like the mother produced the milk, not for the sake of mother, but for the baby to drink. Similarly, the mother nature produces the food, the plant-based food, to serve. So that is the right food. The food of pain and suffering is not the right food. The food of pain and suffering comes when you butcher an animal. When the animal goes through so much of pain and suffering, that is the food of pain and suffering. So when you consume that food, your life is full of pain and suffering. When you consume the food of love, then your life is full of love and gratitude. So the right food is a plant-based food. When to eat? You should eat only when you are hungry. You should not, some people have this bad habit of eating from time to time. Morning 8 o'clock breakfast, lunch 1 o'clock, and dinner 7 p.m. So they have the habit of time to time eating food, which is not right. You see, you take any animal or you take a newborn child. You say children are gods. The baby will eat only when it is hungry. Every animal on the planet Earth, they eat only when they are hungry. So when to eat the food? You should eat the food only when you are hungry. If you're not hungry, you should not eat the food. You should respect your body system. The more enlightened you are, the more sensitive you will be towards your body. You should eat the food only when you are hungry. Okay. So the next, how to eat. You should always eat only half stomach. There should be some hunger left in your system so that you can enjoy the next meal. When there is some hunger left in your stomach, then it helps you to absorb all the nutrients and it helps you to enjoy the next meal. You should never overeat and you should never eat belly full. And you should always make sure that your stomach is half full and half empty. And in this 7 days, I want everybody to experiment. What is the experiment you are going to do in your food? When it comes to the breakfast, eat salads, nuts, juices, fruits, sprouts, anything you want, but uncooked, raw. Shakes, milks, juices, fruits, anything you eat, plant-based, but uncooked for the breakfast. For the lunch, you enjoy the cooked food, sattvic food. You cook meditatively, you cook mindfully. Any food you want to cook, any vegetables, any plant-based food of your own taste, you should eat the food of the highest quality, of the highest taste. The more the food is tasty, the more you can absorb all the nutrients. The vitality is basically how you enjoy the food. Highest quality food we should always eat. So the lunch is your choice. Eat anything you want, but don't eat full. Okay, have some hunger left. And when it comes to the night, only fruits. Only fruits. So this is the menu you are going to follow. And some of you might be used to eating 3 times a meal. And to switch this, for 1 or 2 days, you might notice a little discomfort here and there. But once you cross the 2-day stage, the 3rd day, you'll start enjoying it. Now, the most important point is, at any point of time you feel hungry, don't immediately eat food, drink water. Many people, they get confused with thirst to hunger. If you are feeling hungry, you should drink water first. Minimum 1 or 2 glasses water. 300 ml to 500 ml of water you drink. In any given day, from morning till night, you should drink at least 4 liters of water, minimum. It can be in any liquid form, water or soups or juices. 4 liters of liquids the body is needed. And there are different body types. For different body types, then the requirements changes. There is Vata, Pitta, Kapha categories. Pitta is a fire element, but Pitta and Kapha categories, they need more water, actually. So you can say an average of 6 to 8 glasses of water per day is a must for everybody to have a good body. See, our body, our physical body is more than 80% water. Our physical body is more than 80% water. So we have to nourish, we have to constantly, drink plenty of water. That's why you see, if you see the photos of all the yogis, they will have always, a jug of water, a kamandala will be there. They will always carry water with you. Because in the practice of meditation, you should drink more and more water. The more you drink water, the more you are going through a detox process. Intake of water helps you to remove all the toxins from your physical body. 6 to 8 glasses of water minimum every day. So when you're taking 6 to 8 glasses of water and you are taking fruits, salads and sprouts in the morning, and one meal you enjoy to the fullest, which is the midday meal, afternoon meal, and the night you come back to the fruits. You experiment this for 7 days. Your system will feel very light and your detox will happen slowly. And you can experience more meditation, more intense meditation, more quality meditation. Okay. So that's the diet changes you're going to make. And number 2, morning and night. Early in the morning, the first you get up from the bed, and before you go to bed, you should do meditation. And the sleep has to be meditative sleep. For example, you get up 5 o'clock in the morning and you take a shower and you clean your system and you drink water and sit in meditation the first thing in the morning. And then, for example, you are going to bed at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. Before you go to bed, at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you do meditation. And then you lie down on the bed, close your eyes and start observing the breath. While you are lying down in the bed, you just clasp your hands and start observing your breath and let the sleep come to you naturally. So this is a meditative sleep. So that means the whole sleep is a quality sleep. So before you go to bed, you are meditating. The whole night you are in a meditative sleep. The first thing you get up in the morning, you are into meditation. You experiment this for 7 days. You will go through a lot of healing process. Okay. So the first in this retreat, you are going to do the diet changes, which is like drinking 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. Morning to fruits, salads, boiled vegetables, whatever you want to take in the morning. Afternoon, cooked food, enjoy the meal, and night is only fruits. So that's the first. And the second, for this 7 days, do this as an experiment. The first thing you get up in the morning is meditation. The last thing before you go to bed is meditation. And while you are in the bed, you close your eyes, clasp your hands, and start witnessing the breath and let the sleep come to you naturally. So go through a meditative sleep. So these are the 2 experiments I want you to do in this 7 days time. And you yourself will feel the difference towards the end of the 7 days. You can integrate it as part of your life also. Okay. So you will go through a lot of healing process. Today we have understood about meditation and we understood how we are going to take this retreat forward. Tomorrow we'll discuss in detail about the self-healing and self-love and self-acceptance. We will discuss about in detail. But I want to close the today's session with one statement. The statement of absolute truth. I want everybody to write down this statement. We are discussing about the self. We are concerned about the self. We deal with the self. This is the only reality. The rest of the things are Maya. Your house, your family, your job, your name and fame, your money, everything is Maya. Everything is temporary. Everything you will drop on the planet Earth before you go back. Everything is Maya. Your very body, you have to drop it. Maya idam akilam bhutva. In this physical world, everything is temporary. Maya. That which is temporary is Maya. That which is eternal is the truth. The definition of the truth is that which is eternal. That doesn't change over time, over space. That which is eternal is the truth. That which goes through the change is Maya. That is a simple definition. Truth is eternal. Maya is that which changes. So in this planet Earth, everything is Maya. Your body goes through a lot of changes. And finally, you have to leave the body here and go back. Your money, name, fame, everything goes away. Everything is temporary. Even your family is temporary. When you are born, you have your parents. And when they grow old, they are also no more there. Everything on the planet Earth, every single thing on the planet Earth, your relationship goes through a lot of changes. No relationship is permanent. No external relationship is permanent. This is a very important point to understand. No external relationship is permanent. The only relationship which is permanent is the relationship with yourself. The relationship with yourself is eternal. Yourself is eternal. Your Atma is eternal. Your soul is eternal. Everything else is temporary. Everything else is Maya. This is the statement of truth always empowers you. There is a beautiful statement to be understood. This is the truth of the highest order. The truth of the highest order. What is the truth of the highest order? The truth of the highest order means that is true not only on the physical worlds, that is true in the higher worlds, in the mental worlds, in the causal worlds, in the astral worlds, in any worlds. That is the truth. That means it is the truth of the highest order. The only obligation, this is the statement, the only obligation you have at any time, in any situation, in any lifetime, the only obligation you have at any time, in any given situation, in any lifetime, is to be true to yourself. To be true to yourself is your only obligation, my dear friends. What it means to be true to yourself means to be true to yourself means you follow your heart. You listen to your heart. That is the only obligation you have. The only obligation in any lifetime, in any given situation, any time, any place, to be true to yourself means be guided by your heart. Follow your heart. Don't follow others. Don't follow the society. Don't follow your parents. Don't follow your friends. Don't follow your children. Don't follow anybody. Follow your heart. What you feel as right in your heart, you do it. Following the heart or listening the heart is the way towards enlightenment. If you want to be enlightened, then the obligation you have, that is an obligation. The only obligation is to be true to yourself. When you are true to yourself, then you are liberated from suffering. Then the moksha comes. Moksha, liberation, enlightenment, salvation, all are one and the same. Liberation from your suffering. When suffering goes away from your life, what is left is pure bliss. Every child is born blissful. Your very nature of the soul is to be happy, to be joyful, to be blissful. That is the very nature of the soul. So when suffering goes away from your life, what remains is your pure essence, which is to be blissful, to be joyful. People make efforts how to be happy. That is going in the wrong direction. You should make efforts how to let go of your suffering. When you let go of your suffering, what remains naturally is pure joy. So this is the theme of this retreat for the 7 days. How to follow your heart. How to be true to yourself. Okay, my dear friends. We'll see you tomorrow again. And every day we will do meditation. 30 minutes to 40 minutes, we'll do everyday meditation. And every day we will have this Sajjana Sangatya to understand more about ourselves, to realize ourselves. And of course, we will have a lot of question and answer sessions. We'll have a lot of spiritual debate. Sajjana Sangatya, the more you do Sajjana Sangatya, the more you are sharpening yourself, the more the more you become like a diamond. You shine with more and more Sajjana Sangatya. So for the next 7 days, we'll have a lot of wisdom sharing, Sajjana Sangatya, question answers, and meditation. Thank you, my dear friends. We'll see you tomorrow again. Namaste to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for a beautiful session.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. EST and 6 a.m. IST. Thank you. Have a good night.